application to Machik 5 Dakinis. So this is a very beautiful practice which I share with my friend in our community. I would like to do this here because it's so relevant in the context of 5 Dakinis. 5 Dakini, when we talk about this, the Machik's 5 emanation, 5 awakened emanation, 5 Dakinis. So this particular prayer or the supplication was spontaneously composed by her son, Gelwa Dondup. Isn't it nice? Son composed, praising mom with this way, mom, you're awesome, mom, you're that. It's not talking about just one single particular personal son. It's praising his mom. Like, I don't know how you will feel. Maybe I should not pollute your direct experience, but my feeling is like a Buddha nature calling to our own Buddha nature. Feels like it, if your heart stirred, if your heart moved, that's all about these prayers and supplication, aspiration prayer. We use emotions and energies, and whatever comes up, use that one for this practice. Perhaps we can chant it together with melody so that those of you who are new get the music transmission and the scriptural transmission together. See if we can rest in your Buddha nature, true nature. We didn't have a quiet sitting today. I just jumped in, but see if that Buddha nature can listen to this melody, prayers, praise. So this has a bell. So this is start with Unze, is the chanting master. In this case, me, first line. Then you all join. Namo Guru Deva Dakini Yamada Chatara What's arising in you? How does the devotion feels like? This is a devotional song, perhaps a devotion to his mom, his teacher, and the devotion to his own inner guru, inspiring us.
It was so beautiful. It was just so moving and so beautiful. And each word just is so rich. I just feel very taken in and by the melody and the fabric of the words. So thank you so much. I made a note when you did it to see when, we could play it again because it was just so beautiful and powerful. Thank you.
Something within you, the beauty, your beauty is activated through this.
I am just feeling Kanjolav is beautiful. I feel Machig dancing on my heart. I feel these sparks of light just arising. And the devotional call of the chant, I just felt this steadiness, that, deep ground, just supporting that light and that dance arising from my heart and really feeling her deeply. So beautiful. Thank you.
The whole thing is a teaching. And then at the end, bless me that my adversities shine as aids feels really key for me personally, and also in relation to coronavirus as a whole, for us, a way to approach it.
This is the way how the Chopa Mahayanist Vajrayana practitioner pray. Please get rid of my adversity. Practice whatever arises, whatever comes, this phenomena, and may I be able to transform, or may I take that, as here said, may I turn the negative condition onto the path. May I be able to turn the adversity into the aid. Then ultimately, bless me that I cut through the root of confusion. Yesterday we were talking about that, this root, tap root, not the branch, root. See if we can cut through. Bless me that I realize the unborn nature of my mind. Unborn nature is a synonym for the emptiness, empty nature. Okay, so each word is rich, as you said. We can spend the whole class on this thing. Maybe just try from the beginning. Namo Guru Deva Dakini, always start with Sanskrit. Sanskrit is considered to be holy Arya, a holy word for Tibetans. So start with Namo, and a bow or homage to Guru. Deva is the Idan deities, Dakinis. The essence is the same. Guru, Idan, Dakini, no different. The manifestations are different. Each has its own function. Guru bestow the blessings, and Idan deities bestow the siddhi, or the actualization, or the realization, supreme and common realization. Dakini is enlightened activities, something like that. Okay, so then Gerwe Yumra Chatsero, Gerwe Yum is a victorious one's mother. Yum means the honorific form of mother. Victorious one is another epitaph of Buddha, Victor. He won this game. He won. He became a victor. So victorious one's mother. So basically Buddha's mom. Prajnaparamita, or you, in this case Machik specifically, but you are the mother of the Buddha. Why? Yeah, the Bodhisattva is born out of bodhicitta, and the Buddha is born out of, but in this case, mother means this wisdom, ultimate wisdom. So Buddha is born out of wisdom. To you I prostrate, bow down. Mother, you are daughter, born from the great mother of the heart. So you're talking about Machik, you are daughter. Machik is the emanation, you can say emanation or expression of the great mother. She was born out of the great mother, Prajnaparamita, the heart. Holder of the Prajnaparamita, the teaching. So she holds the teachings, embody the teaching. Prajnaparamita's teaching means emptiness teaching. Those of you who are familiar with the Buddhist teaching, middle turning of the wheel. There are 3 turning of the wheel. Buddha taught the 3 occasions, you can say, historically, or the kind of historian's point of view. The middle one is the Madhyamika. He taught the middle way view. That one, Prajnaparamita, emptiness teaching. So she holds that. So especially those of you who are familiar with Machik's biography, she was very associated with this Prajnaparamita. Since she was born, she used to read very quickly. Even she was like a 3-year-old or 5-year-old. She was able to read the entire canon of Prajnaparamita text very quickly. And then at some point she came to the direct realization, especially the section of the demon. Prajnaparamita scripture describe about the Mara and the demon section. She spontaneously came to deepest understanding what that means. Then the liberator of all fortunate mind. Who are the fortunate one? We are the fortunate one. Kelden, Kunki, all the fortunate one's mind. So she liberates, she helps us, she frees us from the confusion. My venerable mother, Lapton, to you I pray. Then mother, you are Dakinis of timeless awareness. And this is the translation of Yeshe, Yeshe Kando. Then beyond the human. So she's a beyond the human, the human conditions. The opener of the three gates of freedom. This is technical term, three gates of freedom. This is how the Buddhist teaching talks about this three gates. She opened all those teaching of no self, teaching of signlessness, that means no form, and teaching of aimlessness, like hopelessness, means no goal, goalless. So those three things. Basically, she teaches that transcending the duality, the root of suffering. No, duality is the root of suffering. So she opened the door to that reality, true reality. Conquerors of host of the four demons. This is Machik, the four demons. She conquered all those four demons. But again, Machik talks about the four demons are nothing other than our own mind. It's fundamentally coming from your own mind. Then my venerable mother Lapton to you. Mother, you are of low birth. That's the Tibetan way of saying a female. This is the classical scriptural term. Teme refers to the female, but the lofty mind. Your birth is low, but your mind is lofty. Small statue, yet very majestic. You know those kind of person, have you met? Very tiny, but the presence is very majestic. You know, just seeing in front of her or him, quite a feeling of this, like in front of the mountains. Then the white complexion. So her complexion was white. Painting tanka usually the very white. Yeah, and but then the radiating light. She's radiating light. My venerable awesome mom, awesome mom at Lapdang. To you I pray. You know, sun is praising. Then mother, your body. See now really coming to this teaching. Your body, empty appearance with marks and signs. So body, she is a Sambhogakaya, so it has all these specific marks and signs. But the appearance, it appears, but the essence is empty. And your speech, when you speak, your speech sound is like empty echo. But that teaching the Dharma, empty sound teaching Dharma. Not like a blah, 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 like me do. Not like that, just sometimes just echo itself, silence itself teaching. So he was able to view that. He was able to recognize the emptiness of her voice. Then your mind, clear light of bliss and emptiness. He's saying, Mother, your mind is already the clear light, which is a combination of bliss and emptiness. Is it beautiful? But that's who you are, who we are. The Mother Osama, I pray. Mother, first, so this one is very touchy, you know, for me. So this sign is saying to mom, first you gave me body and mind. So basically gave birth to me. Thank you for giving me a body and mind. Then in the middle, my teenagers, adolescents, you know, you provided me all this food and shelter and clothes, you took care of me. Thank you so much. Then finally, this is the best thing you did to me. You showed me, revealed me the unborn emptiness, true nature, reality. Thank you so much, Mother. You manifest in the form of Buddha-daki. So now we're coming into this 5 emanation, 5 expression of Machik. Mother, you manifest in the form of Buddha-dakini, naturally white. So Buddha-dakini is a white, natural white. When we say the white, blue, green, red, don't think about these colors. More like a crystal, you know, crystal, transparent crystal, radiating light. Like, for example, blue, more like a sapphire kind of qualities. Yellow is some kind of transparent, nice light qualities. Then the ruby is a red one, and green is the emerald. Then first one is Buddha Dakini, encircled by 100,000 retinue. So similar to her. So she was surrounded by all these retinues. Mother, you grant sublime accomplishment. So this is one of this Buddha Dakini's function. Grant the sublime accomplishment means the supreme realization, which is a Buddhahood. My venerable Mother Lapton, to you I pray. So Mother, you manifest in the form of Vajradakini, peacefully soothing blue. This time, Vajradakini is a very soothing, water-like qualities, soothing blue, encircled by 100,000 retinue. Again, blue or similar to the main Dakini. Then function is pacifying here. Mother, you pacify sickness, disturbance, negative karma, and obscuration. My venerable Mother, Lapton, to you I pray. So Vajradakini, in this case, pacifying qualities. So see, all these functions, we want all these. We need all, not just one type or one kind of awakened qualities. That's great, but we need all of them function in order to really be present in this world. Like a mother, sometimes mother have to be very soothing, calming, like embracing, sometimes enriching, give lots of food, then sometimes we have to spank kids when keep going onto the street. I have to do something fierce way. So this one is a pacifying, soothing. So especially we need this kind of Vajradakini quality as well right now. As well as the first one, Buddha Dakini, bestowing the ultimate enlightenment. Third one is Ratana Dakini. Mother, you manifest in the form of Ratana Dakini, Gate golden. This is a Gate mantra, I think. It's not so clear, but I think Gate mantra is golden, right? Encircled by 100,000 retinue. Mother, you enhance longevity and merit. So this is the function of Ratana Dakini, jewel Dakinis, enriching, enhancing, and increasing longevity and positive potential. My Mother Lapton, to you I pray. Then now Padma Dakinis. You manifest in the form as Padma Dakini, passionate red, so very red, ruby red, encircled by 100,000 retinue. Mother, you bring the three worlds under your control. It's very energetic, strong, forceful, magnetizing function here. You bring the three worlds under your control. My venerable Mother, Lapton, to you I pray. Mother, you manifest in the form of Karma Dakini, wrathful green, encircled by 100,000 retinue. So very wrathful, this one. You grind the 4 demons to dust. So conquer or destroy the 4 demons. So this Karma Dakini activities. Then my Mother Lapton, to you I pray. So that's the 5 Dakinis. Then we go into the very deep teachings. Mother, you outwardly suffer God's demon deception. This is the poetry. Outwardly, inwardly, and secretly. What she did outwardly, she suffered, she cut through that God's demon's deception. Deception is a trick. God's demons tricks you, but she cut through. She threw the true nature of the gods and demons. That's how you cut through. It's not the cut through, just throwing the spear at the gods and demons. That's not the true approach. We invite, welcome all the gods and demons. Then inwardly suffer physical sickness. Inwardly means internally, the body. She was able to maintain the health in the middle of epidemics or leprosies or, pandemics. Why? Because she was able to cut through the root of the confusion. She saw what's true. She realized, and she let go of the struggle completely. Then secretly suffer mental confusion. In the deepest level, she cut through the deepest confusion. What did she cut? What's the object of this show? Mother, you cut off views bias. Bias means that good or bad, or this is that, I'm this and that. We like those things, She threw this, the bias, confusion, and then she was able to stay in the middle way. Then next to cut off the meditation, the affirmation, or denial. This one also talking about the view, meditation, and conduct. Those three things we talk about in the Mahamudra and the Dzogchen context. So first one, the view. She cut through those arguments. She didn't buy into that. Although at the hard time, history, lots of philosophers came and doubt about Machik's realization. She was a female, especially around that time. Just a little girl proclaiming, all this teaching. Then lots of doubts. And all these philosophers came and to debate with her. Then all those philosophers are beaten and failed. Really, she demonstrated herself, embodiment of her own realization. She's so brave, so inspired, no? She didn't care. In terms of meditation, in the meditation, we have a kind of yes or not, affirmation or denial, or this is good meditation, this is bad meditation. Even meditational experience, comes with all this judgment. And then those things she kind of cut out. Then in terms of conduct, in activities, behaviors, she cut off accepting and rejecting. I like this one, so I accept. I don't like this. Even food, just everything picking. Especially modern days, we are encouraged to pick, even little child. Do you like have a coffee or tea or, in an airplane, coffee or tea, something like that. So this kind of things are called conduct of accepting and rejecting. Those things she cut off. Isn't interesting? What do you think? Different way of approaching things, but I think it's very worthwhile to contemplate on this, what this means to our own life. Cut off the conduct of accepting and rejecting. Mother, you suffer fear of wandering in cyclic existence. She was not afraid of staying in the samsara. Samsara means the mind, actually. This mind controlled by the delusion and the karma. Even she had a realization, she stayed because she cut off the fear. So then suffered hopes for freedom. Freedom means here, in this case, nirvana, freedom from samsara. Even she cut off hope. No fear, no hope. Then suffer deception or dualistic grasping. Dualistic grasping, she cut off. That's a deception. It's like a trick. We all are tricked. One thing is that we don't know. We have been tricked by this dualistic grasping. Those are just our own mental projection. Back old days, teacher translate hallucinations. Like 60s, I grown up 60s. Your mind is already hallucinated. You don't need the drug. So hallucinated mind. So that's the thing. So deception, confusion, she cut off. My mother, Venerable Lapton, to you I pray. So I'm going to stop here just to take a moment to feel anything coming up in this very quick overview. Can you relate to this kind of phrase or prayers? How do you relate to what's coming up? Do you think you can embody what this song is talking about?
Well, it's certainly an aspiration, and I taste it now and then and appreciate whenever the taste lingers. So I find hearing the words is very empowering, just having these distinctions. I find very helpful, like little signposts of, this is where I'm going, this is where I want to go, this is my aspiration. The words are helpful. So thank you.
Yeah, words are like pointing a finger, no, at the moon. It's not the moon itself, but the words can help.
I am having this delightful connection to the Harry Potter stories of the stories of the gradual unveiling. And then it gets down to the Horcruxes and the challenge of each moment to slay the negative. And as I read this, I'm having that come up with this delightful sense of the gift of those books and those movies was this hero's journey, spiritual journey, because in the end he has to die in order to be reborn, free from all of the constrictions. So
I was just thinking how much fun it would be to meet Machik in the grocery store. You know how you always say in the meditations, what if you met her on the street and she was looking in your eyes? I have this longing, to emulate her. So I agree. It's like these little signposts along the way. But ultimately, what I think we're learning is that we are her. And we have to turn to that more and more. But I'd love to be that little feisty person who has no hope and no fear.